Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi guys, how are you? I hope you are all fine and healthy in the middle of this pandemic. And I would like to ask you to reciting Al-Fatihah for our our healthiness. Reciting Al-Fatihah, start. Okay, finish. And before we start our lesson, I would like to ask to you to type your full name and your ID number in the comment section below this video. This is for your attendance list. Type your full name and your ID number in the comment section now. Okay, finish. Then, let's start our lesson by reciting Bismillah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, to begin with, I would like to ask to you, have you ever heard the story of Cinderella, the story of Maling Kundang, the story of Sangkuriang, story of the legend of Surabaya, the legend of Toba Lake? Have you ever heard those stories? And can you guess what kind of story are that? Yes, that are the story of narrative texts. So, today's lesson is about narrative text, and we will learn about the definition of narrative text, the function of narrative text, the generic structure of narrative text, the language feature of narrative text, and the kinds of narrative text. And especially, we will learn about folklore. Folklore is one kind of narrative text. We will learn folklore and these 5 points. Can you get it? Okay. Firstly, I would like to give you a video of vocabulary to build your vocabulary for our next activity, which is reading. Let's watch the video now.
Harvest. Repeat after me. Harvest. Cursed. Repeat after me. Cursed. Terrible. Repeat after me. Terrible. Earthquake. Repeat after me. Earthquake. Shelters. Repeat after me. Shelters.
Okay, after watch the video, now you can go to the description section below this video and click the link of reading text. You can read the text and I'll give you 3 minutes to read the text while you can pause this video and read the text. And after that, you have to write the summary of the text. There are 3 paragraphs of the story, and you have to write 3 short paragraphs in your summary. So what you have to do is, first, click the link in the description section and read the text, and then make the summary of the story and write it in the comment. So edit your comment, which is your name and your ID name, edit it and add your summary here, and the summary must consist of 3 short paragraphs. Can you get it? Can you do it now? Okay. And then after that, I will play the video again, and the video is about the material of narrative text. You will watch it after this. Let's watch.
Narrative. Definition of narrative. A narrative text is an imaginative story to entertain people. Generic structures. A. Orientation. It is about the opening paragraph where the characters of the story are introduced. B. Complication, where the problems in the story developed. C. Resolution, where the problems in the story is solved. D. Coda or reorientation, optional. Lessons from the story. Language features. A. Past tense, such as killed, drunk, etc. B. Adverb of time. Once upon a time, one day, etc. C. Time conjunction, such as when, then, suddenly, etc. D. Specific character. The character of the story is specific, not general, such as Cinderella, Snow White, Alibaba, etc. E. Action verbs. A verb that shows an action. F. Direct speech. It is to make the story lively, such as Snow White said, "My name is Snow White."
And now, after watching the video, I will explain again our material about narrative text. So the first is definition. What is narrative text? Narrative text is an imaginary story, so it is fictive. It is created by someone and it's not true story. It's just a fictive story. And the function is to entertain people and giving value for people. So we have discussed about definition and function. The definition is narrative text is imaginary story to entertain people and giving value. So the definition and the function is related. And then I will explain about the generic structure. So in narrative text we have three generic structure. The first one is orientation, the second one is complication, and the third one is resolution. Sometimes we have four, and the last is coda, but usually just three of it. And orientation, complication, and resolution. So I will explain one by one. The first, orientation. Orientation is about the opening of the story, which is the writer introduce the character one by one, like the character and where the story is begin, something like that. And the second is the complication. Complication is about the problem appears, the problem start to begin. Usually it happens after the orientation. And then the third one is resolution. Resolution is when the writer solves the story. This is at the last of the story usually. And after that it's coda, but this is sometimes, right? Sometimes there is coda. Coda is like the conclusion of the story and the value that the writers want to people know, specifically, something like that. And after generic structure, the fourth is language feature. So narrative text is using past tense, which is what is past tense? Past tense is a grammar which we have done it at the past, and it is have done. We have already done it at the past. We finish it at the past, and then adverb of time. This example of adverb of time is like once upon a time, a long time ago, something like that. And after adverb of time is time conjunction. Time conjunction is to relate one paragraph to another paragraph and one sentence to another sentence. The example of time conjunction is like after, before, suddenly, something like that. And after that is about action verb. Action verb is like, yeah, something that the people can see, the activity that people can see, like watch, see, speak, something like that. And after action verb we have what is that? We have direct speech. Direct speech is for make the story become lively, like the story is like, you know the story and you feel the story. It's like the character say it directly, like, my name is Snow White, I am a beautiful girl, I am a very strong girl, something like that. Usually the direct speech is the writer make it giving a tanda petik, and that is the language feature of narrative text. And after before that we have kinds of narrative text. So there are many kinds of narrative text. The first one is fable. Fable is the story, the imaginary story about the character is animal, so it's specific animal. When the story is about animal, like rabbit and crocodile, or rabbit and what is that? Rabbit and apa? Kura-kura. Rabbit and turtle. Rabbit and turtle. It's a fable. And after fable we have fairy tale. Fairy tale is like Cinderella, Snow White, something like that. And then we have folklore. Folklore in Indonesia is cerita rakyat, which is like legend, the legend of a place, and the story of Maling Kundang, story of Sangkuriang, which is of course is imaginary. So after we know the definition, the function, the generic structure, language feature, and the kinds of narrative text, now I would like you guys to edit your comment about summary and give specific generic structure in your short paragraph. You have 3 short paragraphs, right? You have to write the first paragraph is what kind of generic structure. The second paragraph is what kind of generic structure, and the third paragraph is what kind of generic structure. You can edit it now. Okay.
This is a story about Malin Kundang. He was a boy from a very poor family who lived with his mom. His father is a sailor, but he had already died. Malin was a smart boy, but a bit naughty. He always chased a chicken and hit it with a broom until one day he slipped off and hurt himself. The wound left a scar on his head. When Malin grew up, he decided to go to city, so one day he will become rich by the time he went back to the village. Malin's mother disagreed with his decision because he was the only one she had. But Malin had already made up his mind. His mother had no other choice but to let her only child go. Malin was traveling by sea, so he came along with one rich merchant. He was hoping to become one of his crew and learn from that merchant. Malin went to any place wherever the winds took him. Soon he will become a great successful man. Many years has passed since then. Malin has become a rich merchant because of his hard work and married the most beautiful girl in the world. And he had forgotten his mother as well as the village. On the other hand, Malin's mother was getting older. She missed her child so much that she had always waited for Malin's return at the harbor every day until one day there was a merchant who stopped by the village. She knew it was Malin the moment she saw him. What makes her so sure is because of the scar on his hand. But Malin denied her as his mother because Malin felt ashamed to his wife and the crew. Then he was gone. Malin's mother was really upset. Then she started to curse him. On his journey, Malin's ship began to shake, and soon it turned into a story. Until now.
What you have watched is one of the example of the study of folklore. That one is about Malin Kundang. So after that, we are almost at the end of our lesson, and I would like to review today's material. So we have learned about first narrative text. What is narrative text? The definition of narrative text, the function of narrative text, the generic structure of narrative text, the kinds of narrative text, and the language feature of narrative text. We have learned all about that. And now I have two assignments for you guys. The first assignment is you have to make a summary of today's lesson. And remember, you have to write it in your own language. So make a summary about today's material and write it in your own language. You have to write it in the Word, in the document, and send it to my email. The email is in the description below this video. And the second assignment is I have a online task for you guys. You have to finish it before the end of this week. So you have two assignments. The first one is make a summary, send it to my email, write it on your own language, and the second one is online assignment before the end of this week. And remember, you have to do it honestly. Remember, you have to do it honestly. Because of what? Because we, as a human, we have to be honest to ourselves, to other people, to me as a teacher, and all of people. We have to be honest, and so you have to do it honestly. Is a good a good behavior for you guys. This is the way of me to train your honesty. You have to do it honestly, okay? And let's close this lesson by reciting Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Okay, I close the lesson. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.